Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today.
Hey guys, it's Professor Javon M.H. Presbury back with another episode of Hey Professor, the show where we talk about all things you wanted to know about the healthcare, health administration, allied health, and healthcare management field. It's another episode. I'm actually trying something new. I don't know if it's going to work out. I hope it does. I bought, for whatever reason, a gimbal and a microphone, I guess because I thought that would make me seem more professional or more cool. So far, it has done neither, but frustrate me. But in any case, back to it again. Like I said, so the topic of today is how to start your own healthcare business. I don't mean healthcare business like you're just going to go out there and say like, start your own hospital. No, nothing like that. What I actually mean is I had a student reach out to me and ask me about starting their own coding consulting firm. And I've seen plenty of people do that. It's actually very doable. So what you want to do for that is, right, go to LinkedIn, first of all. Go look up really anybody that has any kind of coding background. What you're going to find is that they have all kinds of certifications behind their name, by their name, CCS, CPC, CCSP, CPCP, et cetera, OPP, everything. You know what I mean? They have a lot of different certifications, a lot of different credentials. What you'll find is that people that generally have a lot of those credentials, they probably have their own company. And they're probably smaller than, say, your Cioxes or your IODs or your Acuities, your Zanus, what have you, but they still hold their own in their own realm. So generally, you know, if you're a kind of person trying to break into that segment, into that field, you're going to want to get a good amount of coding experience. I want to say something in the range of maybe 5 or more years, just as a baseline of having coded for a legitimate company, right? Then you're going to want to move up to, I want to say, the rank of like an auditor. Auditors obviously handle things like quality, and they can kind of go over everything and make sure everything is where it needs to be from a coding quality standpoint, from a coding accuracy standpoint. You're going to want to then go out there and get a couple of those certifications behind your name. As many as you can get, the better, because they will legitimize you in that space. After that, you're going to want to make contacts. And really, those contacts should probably have been made while you were with whatever coding company that you were with originally, which is to say that, you know, you're going to gain contacts within the industry. You're going to gain contacts such as the clients that you've worked for, and you're going to offer them your services. What I think really matters is getting first a smaller budget company to be on board with you. Not every healthcare organization has the money to kind of throw around for some of these larger companies, but they do still need to have coding done. Everybody does, you know. So you're going to want to get your connections. You're going to want to get in with a smaller company probably to start, and you're going to want to really make sure that not only are you coding as accurately as possible, you're coding as productively as possible. Anyway, you're coding as productive as you can, and then you're kind of following that up with making sure that you're tracking data. Data is everything. Now, when I mean data, I mean not only data with regards to your quality metrics, to how many cases that you're coding, the types of cases that you're coding, because that's important. Every hospital has different demographics you're going to find. There are some hospitals that say have a OBGYN, and therefore mom and baby charts are very important to them. There are some that are level 3 trauma centers. And so, you know, gunshots, bullets, car crashes, stabs, those kind of things are their main coding bread and butter, right? So you're going to want to know your demographic. You're going to want to track that data, track the kind of cases that you're coding, track your quality, track your productivity. You're going to want to track, as far as data, also what that organization was able to capture as far as revenue prior to you being with them, and then after they brought you on, because that's what you're going to use to kind of market to any other organization that you're trying to get going forward, because your data is going to be key. Your data is going to be key to saying, hey, look, I can do a good job. I tell my students all the time, I tell my employees all the time, numbers talk. People can't just go around saying, hey, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. You have to have the numbers to back that up. And that's where that data comes from. If you are able to really back that up with data, I think you're going to be off to a good start. The hardest thing for you getting started out the gate is probably going to be, cold calling, knocking on those clients' doors and saying, I can provide this service for you and I can do it better or I can do it cheaper. So, hopefully you have that kind of, winning personality. Hopefully, you have that ability to kind of knock down those doors and really get in there and say, hey, give me a chance to kind of speak to you. And I can tell you, as a current director, right, a lot of times people solicit me and I'm just way too busy to hear it. But, same thing I always say, never give up. You are going to sometimes come across that individual, hopefully, that really does want to give you the time of day to hear what you're saying, that really does want to give you the time of day to sit and see your demonstration and see if it works for them. And honestly, obviously, if you have an in the industry, if you have good connections, if you have good friendships, what you're going to find is that there are going to be more people who are willing to give you a chance as opposed to those that aren't. And again, like I said, marketing is everything. Getting out there is everything. Going to those AHIMA conventions, going to those different job fairs, making yourself and making your company something that people are aware of, something people know about. Get your name out there. Talk about your rates. Find out information. At like every stage and store it. What I mean is, if you're in that stage where I said that you're at the beginning and you're kind of starting off and you're working for a coding company just to get your own coding experience, find out how much you guys are charging. Find out what your rate is from your management, from sales, and then you can kind of look at that and you kind of emulate, right? Because how are you going to get into the industry if you don't know what you should even be charging? Are you charging too much? Are you charging too little? What kind of methods are there out there for really getting that revenue? There are a lot of different models. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. There are a lot of different models, right? You even have some that are cost sharing models, right? So it's like you have cost sharing and you have profit sharing models. And I'll kind of go into those later on. But basically, get your information. I'll recap real quick, right? This one may be a little bit longer because I'm trying something new. I hope it works. I need a haircut. Please don't judge me. It's fine. Next time I'll have one, I promise. In any case, get your experience, get your credentials, make your connections in the industry. Save those connections, reach out, cold call, keep your data, learn as much as you can. All right, guys, it's been Professor Presbury. This is a slightly different format. Hopefully it works, and maybe we'll continue in that way going forward. I appreciate you guys always. Thank you for the subscribe, like, and share. Professor Presbury, have a good one, guys. Bye.
Intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character. That is the true goal of education.